Hello, my name is Bethany Daly, and I would like to share with you a couple things today on how to make beaded stitch markers for your looms. These are, to me, essential little items to help keep track while you're knitting away, so that you can know when to knit and when to purl on a certain pattern, or when to turn for a heel. All kinds of reasons that you would need to keep track, and stitch markers, I found, are just the best way to do it. And if you're going to need something like that, why not make them pretty? So we're going to show you today how to just do a couple techniques and whipping some of these up, and so it'll be so easy for you to do at home. These ones that I'm showing here are larger ones for the larger gauge looms. They have big rings that are easy to slip on and off. But of course, when you're knitting, your yarn holds them in place, so you don't have to worry about them falling off. And this has just a really simple design, if you can see that. It's just the loop, and it's on a jump ring. And on that jump ring, there's a charm and another jump ring which contains one bead. How simple is that? But what a nice look for your stitch marker. Check it out. Now I'm going to show you, you can do it with a small gauge loom in mind as well. See, here's a few that I've done for smaller gauge looms that work great with I use Decor Accents fine gauge loom and extra fine gauge, and those small pegs just need a smaller marker. And these are the perfect size rings for that. And they're just some simple ways to keep track of where you are in your pattern. See? Okay. Now, this particular set of rings is from Metal Madness. It's the brand. I actually got it at Michael's Crafts. I just found it came in a combo pack, so it had the perfect sizes in there for both kinds of looms. So that's what I picked up. I'm sure that there's other things on the market that will work just as well. So to do this simple basic one, I have my ring just like that. And I have my jump ring, a little smaller there. And we're going to do just a simple charm like this. And I have another jump ring and a bead, because we're going to put a little bead in front like I have on the sample there. Now I found that when I'm doing this, I want 2 sets of pliers, just like this. I would use 2 needle nose pliers, but this one's a chain nose pliers, which are very great for getting in those tight places. And in my set, I had a pair of flat nose pliers, which work great too. But you can use any combination of different pliers. They just help you get into those tight places in moving the jump rings around. So the first step really is to grab our jump ring, like this. And just treat your pliers as extensions of your hands, really. Just think of them that way. Okay, so here I have my jump ring in my pliers grip right there. And instead of pulling that apart, like would be your natural tendency, you're just going to give it a little twist. See that? Just a twist. See? So it's split apart. But I haven't pulled it open. Pulling it open is going to weaken the wire, and it'll cause it to want to break. And it'll also bend it out of shape, so you can't get it back in its circular shape. So it's just better to twist it apart. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my bead on there, just like that. Okay, now this is, oh wait, first I want to then put this on our second jump ring, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to just do the same thing in reverse. I just twisted it back closed, so that the 2 sides of the jump ring are now meeting in the center. Easy as pie. Okay, now to attach that onto our ring, we're going to need to find the opening of our lone jump ring there, which is right there. See how I'm using the pliers as extensions of my hands, just like second fingers. Okay, I twisted that open, and now here comes our charm, and we're going to want to make sure we put that on there because it has a design on the front, so that the front is facing the right way. See that? How cute. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my loop, which is going to go over the peg, and slide that in there too. So it's all put together. And then I'm using my pliers to bend the whole thing back in place. Voila! Okay, we just made a really gorgeous stitch marker in probably under a minute. Isn't that cool? So now you can make your own. Okay, there it is. That was
over the rainbow, way